Hello and welcome to Brandy's Poetry Corner. Today is the last concluding part of The Pied Piper of Hamelin by Robert Browning. The Pied Piper has got rid of the rats, but the mayor and the corporation think that as the rats are dead, they don't need to pay the piper. Will this prove to be a terrible mistake? Part 3 of The Pied Piper of Hamelin by Robert Browning. Once more he stepped into the street, and to his lips again laid his long pipe of smooth straight cane, and ere he blew 3 notes, such sweet soft notes as yet musician's cunning never gave the enraptured air, there was a rustling that seemed like a bustling of merry crowds justling, a-pitching and hustling. Small feet were pattering, wooden shoes clattering, little hands clapping and little tongues chattering, and like fowls in a farmyard where barley is scattered, out came the children running, all the little boys and girls with rosy cheeks and flaxen curls, and sparkling eyes and teeth like pearls, tripping and skipping ran merrily after the wonderful music with shouting and laughter. The mayor was dumb. The council stood as if they were changed into blocks of wood, unable to move a step or cry to the children merrily skipping by, could only follow with the eye that joyous crowd at the piper's back. But how the mayor was on the rack, and the wretched council's bosoms beat, as the piper turned from the high street to where the Weser rolled its waters right in the way of their sons and daughters. However, he turned from south to west, and to Koppelberg Hill his steps addressed, and after him the children pressed. Great was the joy in every breast. He never can cross that mighty top. He's forced to let the piping drop, and we shall see our children stop, when lo, as they reached the mountain side, a wondrous portal opened wide, as if a cavern was suddenly hollowed, and the piper advanced and the children followed, and when all were in to the very last, the door in that mountain slid side shut fast. Did I say all? No. One was lame and could not dance the whole of the way, and in after years, if you would blame his sadness, he was used to say, "It's dull in the town since my playmates left. I can't forget that I am bereft of all the pleasant sights they see, which the piper also promised me. For he led us, he said, to a joyous land, joining the town and just at hand, where waters gushed and fruit trees grew, and flowers put forth a fairer hue, and everything was strange and new. The sparrows were brighter than peacocks here, and their dogs outran our fallow deer, and honey bees had lost their stings, and horses were born with eagle's wings. And just as I felt assured my lame foot would be speedily cured, the music stopped, and I stood still, and found myself outside the hill, left alone against my will, to go now limping as before, and never hear of that country more. Alas, alas for Hamelin! There came into many a burgher's pate a text which says, at heaven's gate, opes to the rich, at as easy a rate as the needle's eye takes a camel in. The mayor sent east, west, north and south to offer the piper by word of mouth, wherever it was men's lot to find him, silver and gold to his heart's content, if he'd only return the way he went, and bring the children behind him. But when they saw 'twas a lost endeavour, and piper and dancers were gone for ever, they made a decree that lawyers never should think their records dated duly, if after the day of the month and year these words did not as well appear. And so long after what happened here, on the 22nd of July, 1376, and the better in memory to fix that place of the children's last retreat, they called it the Pied Piper's Street. where anyone playing on pipe or tabor was sure for the future to lose his labour. Nor suffered they hostelry or tavern to shock with mirth a street so solemn. But opposite the place of the cavern they wrote the story on a column, and on the great church window painted the same, to make the world acquainted, how their children were stolen away, and there it stands to this very day. And I must not omit to say that in Transylvania there's a tribe of alien people who ascribe the outlandish ways and dress on which their neighbours lay such stress to their fathers and mothers having arisen out of some subterraneous prison, into which they were trepanned long time ago in a mighty band, out of Hamelin town in Brunswick land. But how or why they don't understand. So, Willie, let you and me be wipers of scores out with all men, especially pipers, and whether they pipe us from rats or from mice, if we promise them aught, let us keep our promise. That is the end of the Pied Piper of Hamelin. A warning to all local government to pay your dues. A warning to all to not be greedy. And to not underestimate the power of someone who looks a bit strange like the Pied Piper. For more poetry by me, read by me, look at my YouTube channel, Brandy Pearson. Thank you.